Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Joran, the founder of Reditus. Hello.
Hi, Christian.
Very, very excited to finally have you on the podcast. Please tell us, what is Reditus?
Reditus is a B2B SaaS affiliate management platform. For people who don't know affiliate marketing, we basically help SaaS companies to grow by leveraging somebody else's network. And when they deliver you paid clients, you're going to give them a kickback fee in return. So it's a revenue channel without high upfront costs and basically pay per performance.
What is the problem that you're trying to solve?
Well, that's kind of already the problem, right? I mean, advertising becomes more expensive, and people want to grow into different markets. So what we do is we help them to find people who already have the network they're looking for, and then basically leverage those channels which they have. So that could be bloggers, influencers, agencies, VCs, basically anybody who has the network they're looking for. We're going to help them to connect with them and then make sure that everything is being tracked, whatever they are going to do for them. So, and if you're going to put any terms in here, like we're going to help them to make sure that they keep like a healthy LTV CAC ratio or a healthy payback period. So not spending a lot of money up front without knowing what the results are going to be.
What are the top features of Reditus?
I would say, I mean, the top feature is we have a marketplace, so people can already check it out. You can go onto our site, you can see a marketplace, and the marketplace basically shows B2B SaaS affiliate programs. So like yourself, you have, of course, a huge following. So if you ever want to recommend like a SaaS company, you can go there, you can find out, okay, what are the programs I can join? And then from there, you can see exactly how much can I earn if I start referring Reditus to my network.
Okay, and what is the pricing for this program?
Yeah, well, the pricing is good. I would say, like I was head of CS before I started my own company. So how we do things is we have a free plan, which is completely free. There's no catch. Basically, you have to invite your own network if you want to be in the free plan, and then from there you can set your own affiliate program up. Like if you want to be in a marketplace or you already hit 1K monthly recurring revenue generated by affiliates, then we'll ask you to upgrade, and then our pricing starts at $39 per month.
I have a lot of companies that are looking for an affiliate program, and they're all asking how long does it take to get started. So now I'm asking you, how long does it take to get started with Reditus?
I mean, to get started technically, 10 minutes. If you're not that tax heavy, maybe 30. So to get started is technically is not that long. To really get started and to drive revenue, that's a different topic, as in that will require time. So the general rule of thumb here is like the more time you invest in it, the more you're going to get out of it. So if you're going to start with our free plan, it basically means you have to invite your own network, you have to invite your own affiliates, you can recruit affiliates from the competitor, and the more time you spend on that, the quicker you're going to get results, basically.
Yeah, so I have a lot of companies that want to get listed on our deals page, and I tell them they have to have an affiliate program, and now I'll send them to Reditus and say it only takes 10 minutes, you have no excuse, and it's
exactly, and for them they can actually join multiple programs and see exactly how they're doing. Or sorry, those are for affiliates. So these you're talking about SaaS companies, of course. No, but they can quickly set things up, and then your advantage is you can quickly see how am I doing for Reditus, how am I doing for SaaS company 2, 3, 4, etc. So you're going to be really happy as well.
Can you share with us some of your integrations?
Yeah, I mean, the main integrations we have right now are payment related. So we, of course, have to know who signed up for one of our clients and then who actually started paying them. So we integrate with Stripe and Paddle at the moment. And we, like the next integration we're going to build is Zapier. So basically making sure that you kind of get the information where you want it without the use of a developer.
Yes. And can you share with us some successful use cases? So companies or affiliates that came to Reditus and the results?
Yeah. Like I can't really share any numbers, I guess, or any like with attached to the customer. But what I can say, I guess, like I started full time with Reditus this February, so a little less than a year. And from that point, we really started working on our sales, and we again have the free plan so people can set up an affiliate program without actually starting to pay us. And we now just had our first clients who reached the threshold of 1K monthly recurring revenue, and they have to upgrade to the paid package. So they invited their own network, they started generating money, and now they actually have to start paying us. But in the end, they're already earning more than $1,000 per month, so they don't care about that.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I guess this is a competitive market. How do you plan to differentiate it? You make it only for B2B SaaS, but I don't know, any other idea?
Yeah. So we do indeed already have a really niche, like we purely focus on B2B SaaS, which is really appreciated because on the other side, you would only find B2B SaaS affiliates. So it's really, really relevant. On the other side, like I love data and I trust a lot of people, but then again, I don't want to trust them that much either. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure if you want to become an affiliate of one of our clients, that you're actually going to let us know that you own the website tekpon.com, that you actually have the amount of traffic that you say you have, things like that. So if we take that step and then we can see, okay, well, what are the programs you've been joining? Could we actually recommend the programs you should be joining proactively? So at the moment, it's pretty reactive, and we want to make it in a way that we can let you know, hey, Christian, we just now have a program we joined, and it probably is really relevant for you because you joined program XYZ. So, and then from there, like I guess, like everything is data related. Like we have a lot of data, right? So we know how much money SaaS companies are already generating. So we can let you know what are the best programs to join, like who has the best conversion rate, what is the average revenue per account if you would generate a client for one of these companies. So kind of providing both sides, so not just the SaaS companies, but also the affiliates, the information they need to figure out, okay, well, if I'm going to divert traffic to Reditus, are they going to convert into paying clients, and how much are they average paying them? So what can I earn if I deliver Reditus paying clients, basically?
So being a marketplace, how did you solve the problem of gaining the first affiliates in the first companies, and how did you find your first customers?
Yeah, the typical chicken egg story. How we did it is with an AppSumo launch. So AppSumo is basically selling your SaaS software against a one-time code. So it's basically killing your business model. But we only did it once. So basically, this is where we got our offering from SaaS companies. So SaaS companies purchased the code, and then they got themselves listed in the marketplace. And then from there, we had, I think, we started to recruit affiliates when we had around 25 companies in the marketplace, and then we decided to focus on recruiting affiliates. But for us, affiliates are coming from the companies itself, plus us recruiting them in general. So the more SaaS companies we get, the more they invite their own network, the bigger the pool on the other side becomes as well. So it is kind of a growth model on itself already.
But do you see affiliate marketing growing in the future, or do you think it's already peaked?
No, it's definitely growing. I mean, the SaaS industry is growing fast, right? I don't have the numbers on hand, but it's one industry which is growing fast, and then affiliate marketing is growing fast as well, especially on B2C, and we're putting it to B2B, and then specifically for SaaS.
Yeah. Okay, and how big is your team right now?
Currently, we're at 5 people, so 2 developers, myself, a growth hacker, and then I have an advisor. We work full remote, so it means like I'm based in Utrecht, the Netherlands, my growth hacker is in Malaysia, 2 developers in Romania, and then my advisor is in Barcelona. So, and that's kind of how I wanted to start the company, like independent on location, basically, just hiring people for the qualities and not for where they are living at the moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. And are you looking to raise any funds?
I mean, if somebody has a bag of money, then I might say yes, but at the moment, not actively. Like, we had a small period where I tried to raise funds, but then it just takes so much time, and all of the investors are going to ask, like, what is your growth rate, what's your MOR, etc. Where it took me so much time to prepare all those slides and everything for the meeting that I decided, well, this is probably not the best use of my time at the moment. So we're
Yeah.
fully focusing on growing revenue, and then if something comes along, then we might do it. But at the moment, happily still bootstrapping.
And is Reditus your first time being a founder?
I mean, for such a big project, yes. I used to have a pie business, I think like already 15 years ago, where I was way before, I guess like a lot of people knew about drop shipping. I did it already with a pie business. Wasn't that successful as Reditus is at the moment. So I guess like for a real founder, then for a SaaS company, then yes.
And what do you think was your biggest challenge founding Reditus?
For me it was a begin part, like or sometimes thinking that you know everything. I guess that's always a bit my challenge, where like I know a lot of things I want to do, and just having the time or prioritizing things is always tricky. Like you can spend a lot of time on things. So that has been my biggest challenge. Like my background is in sales, so when the product was ready, like it was, I don't want to say fairly easy for me to sell, but like I built a product which is driving revenue for clients. So like the value prop is pretty clear. But there's a lot of new things like I've never experienced before myself. So I used to work at a company where I joined when there were 18 people. I left when there were 130. So I met or I know the growth from a
Wow.
certain MRR perspective, but not from the begin part. So the real hustle phase.
Okay, it makes sense. And what's your main vision with Reditus?
Well, our main vision is just to help SaaS companies to grow. Like that's super simple, I guess, and then providing them with the information they need. So if a B2B SaaS company comes to us and they're looking to expand in a certain region, or they're looking to find certain affiliates, like our goal is to match them with them. But we are going to put the leverage on the affiliate side, because otherwise they will get bombarded with a lot of companies requesting them to join. So our vision is to kind of give all the affiliates the information they need to decide if they want to become an affiliate of a SaaS company, yes or no. And then with a SaaS company, of course, making sure that they don't pay too much or avoid any kind of fraud, basically.
Mm-hmm. How was SaaStock for you?
SaaStock was fun. I mean, we met, of course. That was fun.
You also had a stand, but
Exactly. Like for us, that's a nice way to talk to current clients. It's a nice way to talk to potential new clients. But purely for me, like it's nice to also find people who are in the same phase as myself. Like I do struggle sometimes to find people who are doing the exact same thing here in the Netherlands, or are in the same phase, like bootstrapping, growing a B2B SaaS company. It's hard to find sometimes, and they're like all of them are basically in the same boat as yourself. So that was really nice, and especially with the drinks, with the dinners, then you hear the fun stories. So the event was good for business, and like the after events were really good about like finding also personal stories and successes and not so successes.
and fun fact, we stayed at the same hotel, but only found out in the last day.
Yeah, and I mean, I was really happy with you guys. You made sure that I was on time on the second day by providing me a ride. So thanks
Yeah.
again.
No worries. And you also joined as a member of SFM, right? I
Yeah,
guess before
yeah,
SaaStock.
yeah. So SFM is a SaaStock founder membership, and that's kind of like what I mentioned just now. Is that's the reason why I joined, to find people who are trying to do the same thing as myself. So to grow a SaaS company. And I do think there's a lot of bootstrappers in that group. Didn't have too many chats with them, but kind of share knowledge without having to worry about, I guess, like where the information goes to. So like for
Yeah,
me, that's really
exactly.
nice. Like I like to give, but it's also nice to sometimes receive information from somebody else.
Yeah, that's important. And you also organize SaaStock local, right, in Amsterdam?
Yeah. There's almost nothing SaaStock related which I'm not involved in. So SaaStock Local Amsterdam is for me a really great way to do something back to the SaaStock environment in the Netherlands. So like I do say, I can't find like-minded people, but there we do have them. But still finding, I guess, like bootstrap companies in the same phase as myself is hard. So that's why I do help to organize that event to make sure like we stimulate that as much as we can. So not just complain about things, but also making sure we're gonna try to fix things, I guess, as well.
When was the first one?
The first one just was 2 months ago already, I think. And the next one, like with all the holidays coming up, we're probably planning it February again, just to make sure that everybody is being able to join. Because December is going to be, of course, a terrible month to do so. January probably as well with all the planning. So most likely it's going to be second, third week of February.
And you already mentioned that you have a background in sales, but I'd love to hear your whole story, starting with your career. So from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. I guess, I mean, really from the beginning, when I was in I don't know how to say it in high school. No, it's not high school. When I was doing my bachelor's, like my English was really terrible. I think I got a 5 or something like that. So I decided, well, I need to do something about it. And a 5 out of 10. That's that system. So I decided to go to Australia, basically do my internship there. So purely talk English, so things will improve. After my internship in Australia, I went back to the Netherlands, had to do a half a year of school there again, and I decided, well, I'm gonna go away again. So I went to the US, did my 4th year internship in Indianapolis, came back to the Netherlands, had no network whatsoever in the Netherlands because I was doing my internships abroad. Started working at a company called Jaarbeurs, which is like a big exhibition center. And I just did cold calling for about 1.5 years. So I had to do like 60 call attempts per day, like 23 qualitative calls per day, which was like talking to 1.5 minutes or something like that. And then, of course, your revenue goes at the end of the month. So that was my start. And that's how I kind of got a plate in front of my face, as we always say in Dutch, where it doesn't matter like if you need to sell anything or you need to call somebody, like if you do that amount of calls for X amount of period, then you don't mind that anymore. Like it's the same with you. You're doing so many podcasts, you're not going to be nervous anymore to do podcasts because you already did so many. When I think I got what I wanted to become an account manager. When I got what I wanted, I was like, okay, well, is this actually it? So I mean, it was a really traditional company. I think I did it for 6 months and then I decided, well, this is not how I want to spend my life. So I kind of went to startups, did a couple in Amsterdam, which didn't have that much money, worked for them. And then when I became a freelancer in sales, I found out about Leadfeeder. I used them in the consulting gigs I did to generate leads. Really loved their tool. Then back in the day, you still had that one-click apply button on LinkedIn. I applied. 3 Zoom calls later, I was in Helsinki. That went pretty quickly.
Wow.
Joined there as employee 18. Then
18. Wow.
Yeah. Started in sales. So basically took the Dutch market first. Then we expanded, I think, to Dutch. So I speak a little bit of German. But then when I got a lot of clients, somebody had to take care of them in their native language. So I also started doing the CS part of it. When we had more clients, it was kind of a gamble, like, which road do I go? I went to CS, so customer success, basically making sure that the clients receive value out of the product. And I mean, fast forward a little bit, I ended up being like head of CS, leading a team of 25 people, which included the customer success managers worldwide, support, and consultancy, which we still had at that point.
Wow.
So basically making sure that the revenue stayed with us and ideally expanded by selling other services to them.
And do you have any idea how many members are then at Leadfeeder when you left?
Yep.
Or now?
Yeah. When I left, 130. I think they're now at 300.
Wow.
And it's just
so you are number 18.
Yeah, but they did a merger last year, so they came together
Ah,
with EchoBot. So they're now combining two companies into one.
yeah. I usually ask people what's their favorite software, but you have a lot of experience with software, so I'll ask you for top three or top
Top
five if you'd
three.
like.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, we use Notion ourselves a lot, internally and externally. So I built our help center in Notion. I think it's a really great tool. Like I don't think you're gonna hear any surprises. Like I love Loom, just because it's really easy to create a quick video without having to jump with somebody on a call.
Yeah,
And I mean, for my metrics, for my SaaS metrics, and I think people will love this, is I use FounderPath. Well, you know them as well. We don't actually get any money from them, as in we're not doing the revenue based financing just yet, but I purely use it to check what is our growth, what are the metrics, etc. So if we do talk to an investor, like I don't have to make them up. I can
yeah.
just go to FounderPath and I can show them exactly
They
like
have a
what our
great tool
revenue.
with all the
Yeah,
statistics and yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome.
yeah, yeah. So even though if you're not looking for revenue-based financing, or you just want to get a bit more insights into your metrics, I would definitely recommend connecting your payment platform with them.
And I have one last question. What's your one piece of advice for starting founders?
Start. That's I guess number one. And I would say get a mentor, get an advisor, get somebody who can help you. Maybe early stage find people who can really help you with specific things. Just to give an example, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Like to give an example, I'm a mentor at Growth Mentor. I think you pay $100 per month, and you can book unlimited calls with mentors. And a mentor could be a growth mentor, could be an ad specialist, could be an affiliate a specialist, could be a CS specialist. Basically, anything you need, you can talk to some, you can find somebody and talk to them. I would definitely recommend doing that if you're really trying still to validate your company, really trying to do certain things, but you just simply don't have the knowledge. And a bit more later stage, I would probably find a mentor who can keep you accountable, or an advisor who can do so. Because if you're bootstrapped, you don't have a VC keep asking you all these questions, keep asking about progress. So if you're a bootstrap like myself, it is nice to have somebody um,
Look
to
after
keep you
you, you
accountable
mean?
in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you very much for being here and thank you very much for helping the community.
No worries. Thank you, Christian, for having me.